All right, let's get into today's episode, the AI tool obsession, why you're drowning in tech. Here's the thing, I've seen this over and over. People are out here grabbing every shiny new AI tool like they're at a Black Friday sale with no budget and honestly, no plan.
And it's wild because I mean, you got tools for content, tools for generating leads, tools for project management, but half the time you don't know what's working or what's just clogging up your inbox with subscription invoices.
Exactly, everybody's stacking tools like it's some kind of achievement. But what they don't realize is if you're not intentional about it, all you're building is chaos. It's digital clutter and definitely a budget buster.
And it's not just clutter, it's expensive clutter. Like, let's talk about the fact that most folks are using what? 20, maybe 25% of the features they're paying for?
That's right. Let me say this loud and clear for the folks in the back. You do not have a tech problem. You have a strategy problem.
Come on now, say that again, because I swear people think buying another subscription is gonna magically fix their workflow.
Oh, it's like a security blanket, right? But listen, if your subscription list is longer than your client list, we've got a problem.
Wait, can we just sit on that for a second? Your subscription list, longer than your client list. Like, that's wild, but so real.
It is, and it's killing small businesses silently. You're overpaying, you're underusing, and worse, you're not solving the actual problems in your processes.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like people don't even realize it half the time. They've got these tools, but they're bending over backwards trying to make them fit into the business instead of the other way around.
So let me ask this. Why are we, as business owners, out here doing mental gymnastics, trying to force fit some random tool into our workflow? Like, why are we doing this to ourselves? Listen, if you're starting with the tool, like picking it first and then trying to force your process to match, you're already going about it backwards. It's like buying a size 6 shoe when you're a 9 and then wondering why your feet hurt. Here is the mindset shift I want you to make when it comes to technology tools of any kind. The tool must fit your business, not the other way around. For far too long, the tech industry has had us chasing the next new shiny widget, no matter the cost. We wind up not using even 50% of the capabilities of the tech tools we're buying and wasting hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. It's time to flip it. Every time you bring a tech tool into your business, ask yourself, how will I experience an ROI on this? You have to start with your workflow. You gotta figure out exactly what needs to happen, when it needs to happen, and who's responsible for it. Only then should you even think about picking a tool. And see, this is where people get it twisted. They're not asking the real questions like, does this tool make my life easier or does it just look cool in theory? A good tool, it feels invisible. It fits right into how you operate so smoothly you barely notice it's there because it just works. But if you're sitting there every other week, Googling how to fix another issue or downloading some widget just to make it functional, then it's not your tool. If you're constantly troubleshooting or hacking it just to keep it running, that is a massive red flag. And let's not even talk about the frustration tax. You lose time, energy, your sanity. You're plagued with that constant feeling of fighting the tool instead of being supported by it. That's what's draining you. It's not helping your genius. It's getting in the way.
Oof. You felt that, right? If it's a battle every time you log in, it's not your tool. Period.
Exactly. And that frustration we just talked about, it's a perfect example of what happens when we buy into this tech fantasy. That one magic tool exists to solve it all. Everyone's out here chasing a tech unicorn, but let's get real for a second.
Oh, I've heard this one before. People say, if I just get this one platform, it's going to handle everything, like billing and marketing and making the coffee.
And the problem is these all-in-one platforms, they might dabble in everything, but let's be honest, they end up half-assing most of it.
Like, it does 10 things, but none of them well. It's like, why would you even want a Swiss Army knife for your business when what you really need is, actual tools that do the job?
And let's talk about feature fatigue for a second. Just because a platform has a million bells and whistles doesn't mean it's valuable. It can actually distract you from what matters most.
Because more buttons don't equal more value. It's like nobody's out here looking for extra headaches. They just want the thing to work.
Honestly, the best tools don't even try to do it all. They focus on doing a few things really well, and here's the important part. They integrate smoothly with the rest of your stack.
See, that's the key right there. Integration. But instead, people patch together these Frankenstein systems and wonder why they've got chaos instead of flow.
It's because they're chasing features instead of seeking alignment. A tool should complement how you work, not force you to change your entire process just to make it fit.
Exactly. But you'd be surprised how many people think, "Oh, if I just keep adding on more plugins or extensions, eventually it'll all come together."
And that right there is the myth we need to break. One tool can't do it all, and if it's pretending it can, it's probably setting you up for disappointment. And that's exactly why, when we're talking about your AI stack, less is more. You don't need 20 tools trying to do everything poorly, or even 10. What you need is a select few that truly align with your workflow.
Mm-hmm. Keep it lean, right? Like a dream team. You know, the kind of setup where every single member has a role, a purpose, and they're all pulling their weight.
Exactly. Think of your tools like your starting lineup. Each one has a specific job, whether it's content creation, automation, sales support, or delivery, and it's got to excel at that one thing.
Right, and if it's not producing, bench it.
Absolutely. And here's the beauty of it. When your stack is streamlined, everything just works better together. More tools don't equal more productivity. They just mean more complexity. And trust me, complexity is the enemy of scalability.
Oh, say that louder for the folks juggling 10 browser tabs just to get one task done. That's too many moving pieces, not enough flow.
Exactly. And every new tool you add, it's another login, another subscription fee, another point of failure. The trick is to find tools that play nice together and eliminate the ones that don't pull their weight.
Yeah, tools that want to act like divas don't belong on your squad. You need function, not drama.
Exactly. And look, I get it. New tools are exciting. The hype can be tempting. But if each tool in your stack isn't making your life faster, cheaper, or better, it's not a help, it's a hindrance.
Oof. So you're saying we gotta quit the collecting tools like Infinity Stones mentality and get back to basics.
Exactly. A strategic stack isn't about quantity, it's about fit. Every single tool needs to have a purpose, and more importantly, it needs to deliver measurable results.
And measurable doesn't mean checking a box, right? It means like you can point to a direct outcome. This tool saves me time. This tool drives sales. That kind of clarity.
Yes, each tool should justify its place in your stack with real ROI. It's not about owning fancy software, it's about using it smartly to move your business forward.
And if a tool's just sitting there, looking pretty but not doing work,
Then it's time to cut it loose. Remember, simplicity scales, complexity kills.
so if simplicity scales and complexity kills, does that mean most people are out here paying for tools they're barely even using?
Exactly. It's like renting a Ferrari just to run errands. You're using, the cup holder, maybe the AC, and leaving all that horsepower untouched.
That's wild. Like, why bother? Either go all in or just get a bike.
Right, but here's the thing. Most of the time, people don't even realize they're underusing the tools they already have. They're stuck on the surface level, never digging into the real value.
And that's where the money's leaking, right?
Exactly. The ROI doesn't come from just owning the tool. It's about how much of it you actually use. If you're stuck on the dashboard and never explore the deeper functionalities, you're basically flushing cash.
So basically, if your tool has 20 features and you're only using 3, that's like paying for a buffet and only eating the dinner rolls.
Exactly. You got to maximize it, you and your team. That means learning the tool, training, automating the repetitive stuff. That's where the power lies.
Mm-hmm. People love to say they don't have time, but how much time are they wasting wrestling with stuff they could have automated weeks ago?
Oh, a ton. And honestly, when you go deep and actually use what you've already invested in, that's when the magic happens. You start uncovering all these efficiencies and possibilities you didn't even know were there.
Okay, so let's give people something practical. If they're sitting here thinking, uh-oh, I'm guilty of this, what's the first step?
First, audit what you're already paying for. Look at each tool and ask yourself, am I using at least 80% of what this tool can do? If not, it's time to either dig in and learn it, or consider if you really need it.
And if you're not sure where to start?
Start with the biggest time waster in your business. What's taking forever or slowing you down? Chances are the tools you already have could solve those issues if you let them.
That part. Ignored features equal wasted dollars. It's time to squeeze the juice, y'all. All right. So if someone's diving into this audit you mentioned, how many tool categories should the average online business actually focus on?
Honestly, you've only got to cover the essentials. I'm talking 5 categories: content creation, automation, sales and CRM, customer experience, and admin or operations.
5, that's it?
That's it. Anything more than that, and you're just adding unnecessary complexity. The goal is to have one solid tool for each category, not 3 or 4 that do half the job.
Right, because juggling tools is like juggling chainsaws. It's not worth the risk.
Exactly. Like for content creation, you need something strong enough to handle scripts, blogs, video edits, and graphics. One tool that can help you create, repurpose, and streamline.
Mm-hmm. And it's got to save you time, right? If the tool's making you work 10 times harder to figure it out, it's not worth it.
Exactly. For automation, look for tools that can manage follow-ups, capture leads, schedule emails, and streamline workflows. Think of it like your business's heartbeat, keeping everything running without you having to micromanage it all.
And if it can't, send it to the tech graveyard.
Right. Now, when it comes to sales and CRM, you want a tool that tracks your pipeline, nurtures leads, and helps you close deals. No extra fluff, just the features you actually need.
Wait, so no more Frankenstein systems?
Nope, simplicity is key. Customer experience tools are no different. A good tool here will cover chatbots, surveys, onboarding flows, and even retention strategies.
Okay, and let me guess. You can tackle admin and operations with just one solid tool too?
Exactly. Whether it's managing SOPs, scheduling, or team tasks, one tool is enough as long as it fits your workflow and actually helps the team stay aligned.
So basically, cut the clutter, find tools that actually work for you, and focus on what matters.
That's it. You just need one powerful tool per category. Anything more than that, and you're just creating chaos for yourself. Here's the next step. When you've streamlined your tool categories, the red flags in your stack start standing out. Like if you've got tools just sitting there gathering dust, tools you haven't logged into in weeks or even ever, that's a clear sign something's broken, either in your workflow or your choices.
What's the point of paying for something that's essentially an expensive icon on your desktop? If it's not in use, it's not useful. Period.
And then there's the tab-itis. You're constantly switching between, 5, 10 tabs just to get one task done. Every extra step is just siphoning away your efficiency.
Oh, and don't even get me started on the frustration tax. Like, if you're jumping through that many hoops, doesn't it kind of feel like the software's running you instead of the other way around?
Let's talk about how you even ended up with these tools in the first place. Because FOMO is real, and influencers out here hyping products can make you feel like you need them, even when your business doesn't.
Like we've all fallen into the everybody's using it, so I must need it trap. Next thing you know, you're signed up for some platform you don't even know how to pronounce, never mind use.
Exactly. And the automations. How many times have you updated a landing page or a form only to have your automations crash? The promise was set it and forget it, but all you're getting is fix it and regret it.
Oof, that one hit hard. And you know people are out here patching it with some temporary fix, telling themselves, oh, it's fine.
Except it's not fine. It's duct tape on a leaky pipeline. When your tools don't work seamlessly together, that's chaos waiting to happen. And chaos doesn't scale.
Whew. So if any of this sounds familiar, tools you don't use, workflows that feel clunky, automations that break, you might need less of a stack and more of a strategy.
All right, let's take this a step further. If you're seeing those red flags we talked about, the first thing you should do is map out your workflow. From lid to delivery, break it all down and really figure out what's happening at each stage.
Okay, but I gotta ask, how often do folks actually do that? I feel like most people just jump right to the tools without even thinking about the process.
All the time. But you can't fix what you don't understand, right? If you don't know what's slowing you down or costing you money, how can you pick tools that actually help?
Mm-hmm. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a symptom instead of treating the root cause. And tools should be the solution, not just another layer of clutter.
Exactly. So step 1 is mapping out where you're spending the most time, energy, or money. Pinpoint the friction points, those areas where things get stuck or dragged out.
And when we say friction points, we're talking the stuff that makes you want to flip your desk, right?
Oh, absolutely. If there's a step in your process that every team member dreads, or worse, avoids, that's your red flag. That's what you need to solve for.
So once you've mapped the workflow and found the drama points, what's the move?
Next, reverse engineer your tool choices. Instead of finding tools and building your process around them, you ask, does this tool make things faster, cheaper, or better for my team or clients?
And if the answer's no,
then it's a hard pass. Look, tools should remove friction, not create it. The wrong tool just adds another layer of complexity to your business, and nobody needs that.
right. You're trying to run a business, not troubleshoot software every other day. The tool should fit your workflow, not force you to change how you work.
Exactly. And here's the golden rule. Always choose tools that simplify and amplify. If it's not doing one of those two things, it's not worth it.
Simplify and amplify. I like that. So basically, you want to build a tool stack that works like a well-oiled machine, right?
That's exactly the goal. Done right, your AI-powered business should feel like money just flows. It's fast, seamless, and scalable. Anything less, you're settling for headaches. All right, so before end today's episode, let's talk about how to take that well-oiled machine you're aiming for and actually bring it to life. You've got the tools, you've got the categories, and you know the red flags to watch for. Now, it's all about putting it together the right way.
Mm-hmm. And if y'all were taking notes, your subscription list should already be getting a little lighter.
Exactly. But now it's time to level up. Forget those cookie-cutter tech stacks you find on some random blog. We're going to teach you how to build your stack like a CEO.
Ooh, and you know it's about to be good if Dr. Kim's putting her name on it.
Look, next week I'm giving you the blueprint. I'm talking about how to build a custom AI stack tailored to your workflow, not someone else's. You're going to learn what tools to keep, what to ditch, and how to make every single one of them work for you.
And the best part? She's spilling on what's in her own stack. You know, the tools that are actually driving results in her business right now.
That's right. No fluff, no filler, just what works. And trust me, it's not what you think.
So grab your notebook, your coffee, or whatever you need, and meet us back here next week. You're about to become a tech minimalist with millionaire moves.
Before I forget, as we close out today's episode, please know that while some of the voices you hear on this podcast may be AI generated, every thought, concept, strategy, and coaching insight comes straight from the mind of the AI doctor, Dr. Kimberly N. West. This is real, world expertise, powered by technology, not replaced by it. Want to streamline and speed up the creation of your podcast episodes using AI the smart way? Join us inside the Facebook group, The Business of Artificial Intelligence, where we turn great ideas into scalable systems.
And that's all for today. I want you to marinate on this, take that next step, and know that you're capable of stepping into the future as the entrepreneur you were always meant to be. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to the AI-Powered Entrepreneur. If today's episode got you thinking bigger, moving differently, or ready to build smarter, do me a favor. Subscribe, leave a review, and most importantly, take action. Don't just learn about AI, build with it, scale with it. Join the free Facebook group, The Business of Artificial Intelligence, or get on our Mind Meld waitlist if you're ready to roll up your sleeves and finally automate the right way. New episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Until then, stay sharp, stay strategic, and remember, you don't need another AI class. You need a digital prescription for growth. I'm Dr. Kim, the AI doctor. Now let's get to work.